afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time once again. I know this week was a double header, and I see a lot of familiar names that were on yesterday as well for the launch of our new health department. So I want to take my hat off to each and every one of you. If you made yesterday or not, we appreciate you taking the time and sitting here with us this afternoon. So, number one, and I know and you know this is so important, but we want to make sure you walk away with nuggets, ideas, things to change. Maybe with some new goals, new strategies to change your business model for the better. And it doesn't matter. Think about this for a second. And especially now, right, with this new partnership with AmeriLife and how we have all bases covered when it comes to life insurance, annuities, health insurance. So kind of like a one-stop shop. And when I'm talking to you all now, today, right, after the partnership, the press release was announced a few weeks back, you can kind of look at this and say, okay, if I'm a PNC agent, right, if I'm a health agent, if I'm a life agent, if I focus on whatever, retirement planning and annuities, how can I leverage other ideas, other platforms to help more clients, to gain more clients, right? And to deepen your bucket of knowledge, to deepen your bucket of prospects, right? And kind of spread the web a little larger out there to bring in more income, right? Is the bottom line. Help more families, help yourself. So today we're going over a platform that does exactly that. And it doesn't matter what side of the fence your focus is on, okay? Because the platform is literally plug and play. And the way you need to look at this is if you're, and I hope you are by this point, but if you're out there marketing on social media, right, through your website, maybe through SEO, search engine optimization, maybe some paid social media ads, right? You have to be constantly marketing and branding yourself, your home base, your storefront, if you will, right? So think about driving people to your home base, right, from all these different avenues. It could be throughout multiple states as well, right? You're driving people to your home base. Let's say you're Bill Levinson, the annuity guru, right? The one that everyone calls when it comes to indexed annuities or MIGAs, whatever it is, okay? And it could be the same for health insurance and PNC. So you're driving everyone to your one-stop shop, Facebook page, your website, and now you'll have another option to kind of capture the low-hanging fruit, if you will. So think about if it's term life insurance, okay, supplemental products, okay, guaranteed issue products. Think about final expense, okay? Yeah, you're focused on the $1 million FIA sale or the $10 million IUL sale, okay? You're not going to get on the phone or spend an hour and a half in a meeting, right, to talk about a guaranteed issue accidental death policy that's $19 a month, okay? And not that there's nothing wrong with that. And some families, right, need this type of product, especially the ones that can't qualify for traditional insurance. Okay. So the point is you're driving traffic already, right? And if you drive traffic to your Insure Me Now direct page or plugin, okay, the client can run a quote for these products. They can apply on your site. They can get a decision, instant decision, okay, while you're sleeping or while you're at the $10 million IUL appointment. Okay, think about that. So we have over 25 different options with 4 carriers that are all 100% direct to consumer, where you still get paid the agent commission, you still get renewals, which are available on most products. And number one, you're still agent of record. So this isn't a referral play where you get $100 for sending this client over. No, it's just like as if you were face to face at the local Starbucks. Okay, so that's how you have to think about this. And that's why I say this appeals to every agent in this industry, bar none. Okay, there's over 1 million independent agents out there. And if I were an agent today, I would have this up and running 110%. It's complimentary, doesn't cost you a thing. Okay, and it's a win-win-win across the board. Even if you sell one or two policies a month. You just gained one or two new clients. You can go back and cross-sell other products. Okay. We all know how that works. There's a reason why. Think about this, and then I'm done with my ranting. But think about this for a second. One of the largest P&C companies, okay, in Florida, Texas, and Georgia right now, right, is called Estrella Insurance. There's no gray area or secret around this, okay? So they're focused on P&C, okay? We all know that, especially if you're down here in Florida, right? You see their bus benches and their buses around with their logo, and they have billboards everywhere. So we know that they're huge with P&C. Well, guess what? They wanted a turnkey life division. So they came to us and said, wow, we love this Insure Me Now Direct. Can we brand this and make it look like it's Estrella and powered by Levinson, and market this to all of our agents and clients? Okay. And think about how big their client book is. Well, guess what? They did exactly that. Okay. So again, it's not rocket science. Okay. You should be doing the same exact thing. And if they're doing it, this large company, okay, and they're successful at it just by sprinkling emails out to their existing book, you can do the same thing. So there's no more excuses, especially now with the health side. We're already talking about adding health insurance products to the platform as well to make it a real one-stop shop for you all. So this is going to be awesome. I hope you're paying attention. If you've seen this presentation or something similar to it, let's say with Levinson in the past, we've made some updates and changes. So everyone should pay attention. Questions, comments, feedback, please use that Q&A pane. What we're also doing today is Christy Majorian is joining us. She is our latest brokerage manager here at Levinson. About 20 years in the business with Assurity Life. We all know her as our regional rep, right? We've all had her on webinars and presentations. She's now a brokerage manager for Levinson and Associates. So what I did is I broke out the Assurity Life part, and she is going to talk all about the Assurity products on the platform. And then she's also going to talk about some of the new changes off the platform as well. And then a turnkey marketing platform she's going to touch on. So some great stuff. This is going to be unique. We also have Gregory Campbell joining us, and he is our second newest hire, and he's focused on marketing agent support. So anything when it comes to co-branded videos, marketing material, maybe you want to use one of our CRM platforms, he is going to be your go-to. He's excellent on the tech side. Younger guy, totally gets it, and I think you'll be impressed with Gregory's expertise. If you want to call and introduce yourself or shoot him an email, we'll share all of that information in today's thank you email. So you'll have everything to get started. Let's jump right in. Speaking of the younger generation, right? And again, I don't care what side you're focused on. Here is a statistic that we all need to pay attention to. And like I said, if you're 22, 62, 92, right? If you want to grow your business, we have to cater to the younger generation, period. Okay. Even if you say, Bill, I have a huge book of business. I've been doing this for 52 and a half years and I'm okay. No, you're really not okay, because guess what? Your book of business slowly is going to die off. Okay. And guess what else is going to happen? These people are going to refer their kids, their grandkids to you. Okay. And if you're not up to speed, right, they can't find you anywhere. When they do a Google search, they're going to go to the next guy or girl. We know how this works. Okay. So here's some interesting stats that I wanted to share. And this isn't just a slide to get this presentation filled up. No, this is something I need to look at almost on a daily basis. Okay. The first option here in the green box. So let's look at the top right-hand side, the green box. Okay. This is a fact, by the way. We now know 68% of millennials are going to check Facebook for financial fact checks, for financial articles and posts. Okay. 68% of the millennials what go up to age 44, okay, or 44 and under. And then we have Gen Z. So 68% are focused on Facebook, 47% of Gen Z Facebook. And then let's go to YouTube. 64% of millennials are on YouTube checking out these videos that have to do with financial products. 70% of Gen Z they're all on YouTube checking out these products, stories, podcasts, all the above. And then Instagram is third, and then it goes down the line. So I'm an agent in today's world, 2025 Q4, okay? And I'm looking at my marketing effort, right? Where I should spend marketing dollars. What does this tell me, right? It tells me I better have a presence on Facebook and YouTube at the very minimum. By the way, I also suggest real fast LinkedIn and Instagram as well. So I'm not saying you have to jump in and spend $3,000 a month on paid ads. Okay. What I'm saying is when you hang up this phone call today at 3 p.m. Eastern, make sure your Facebook page looks good. It's professional. You have some great articles. Make sure you have a YouTube page. This is all free. Okay. Instagram, LinkedIn, it's all free. Okay. We have the ads, the videos already pre-made that are compliant. We can co-brand for you. Okay. Call Gregory. He'll get you up and running with some marketing material. Okay. If you're already doing this today and you say, oh, Bill, I'm one step ahead of you. Well, good for you. That's fantastic. Okay. What you should be doing now is looking at paid ads and look at demographics and how you can drive new leads. We've been doing this the same way for over 10 years now for Facebook. Okay. We're running our Facebook ads, and this is to cater to new agents, but you need to do the same thing, just looking for new prospects and leads. Okay. And by the way, we have a third party company to help you with that as well, which we're using the same company. And like I said, we're doing it for over 10 years now, and it's working great. You see our numbers. We have over 24,000 agents now in just about every city in the U.S. Obviously, it's working. Point is, make sure you pay attention to what's going on with the younger generation. These are all facts, by the way. Okay, let's keep moving forward. Enough of my ranting. I think we all got the point. Recent testimonials. So as you know, we are 100% wholesalers. What does that mean? We do not have a call center in the back room. We don't sell to retail. We don't sell to the same prospect bucket that you're selling to. That's a conflict of interest. It should be illegal. It's not okay. Okay, period. So, by the way, if you're working with an IMO, right, and you ask that question and they tell you, oh, yeah, we also sell a little bit and we have a call center or an agency in-house, that's a big no-no. Run the other way, okay? Because that means you're sending your applications to this upline and they're also selling insurance to the same people, okay? Hello? That's the same as Costco, right? Selling to all of retail, all the grocery stores, all the above, and everyone's paying the same prices. It's not okay, all right? So make sure you ask the right questions. These are from our agents' testimonials, just came in. Christy, I just wanted to take a moment to say I truly don't have words to express my gratitude for everything you do to help me. You've been a blessing. That's priceless. Fernanda, thank you. I know you're listening right now. I see that you're participating on the webinar. That's everything. Okay, bottom left corner, I recently signed up with Ash Brokerage, but truthfully, I'm not 100% convinced it was the right move. I've liked everything with you guys so far, super responsive, helpful with everything. So I'd like to explore partnering on the annuity side. Chase, that's the world to us, right? And I don't want to say anything bad about our competition. Everybody has their own niche. Ash Brokerage is huge, or they were huge at one point. Bottom line is, when you come back and toot our horn, share these things on our Facebook page, our Google reviews link, okay? We send you the IUL prospecting book free, and we share this around the office. We do a luncheon, okay? It means the world to all of our employees. The next one, in fact, is coming up for Thanksgiving. We're going to have a staff luncheon. So we love this stuff. Keep sharing. All right. By the way, if there's something that doesn't work out 100% perfect, please reach out to me or Carrie. We'll try to make it right for you. Okay. Usually we can, unless it's up to a carrier. Maybe it's an approval where it came in standard. You need preferred best. If it can't happen, we'll at least give you some options to take that case somewhere else. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to talk about next is our big expo, our big event of the year, something you can't miss. Okay. You can't afford to miss this for so many reasons. Number one, this is, by the way, 2026. Our hashtag, our theme is Stack the Bricks in 26. I know you've heard me talk about this by now. Here's what's so neat, okay? A couple things I want to point out. First off, it's free for everyone. As long as you're an active agent with us, complimentary breakfast. We do a networking lunch. It's a day full of sales ideas. Okay. Now, in December, we're doing double credit. Okay. What does it mean? Bill, you said it was free. It is free. Let's move over to the bottom right corner. What we're doing here is we're paying for a 2-bedroom suite on the ocean at our host resort. Okay. So you got a 2-bedroom suite one night. And then as you keep going up, right, you'll see round trip airfare plus the one free night, 2-bedroom suite. And then you'll see 2 free nights in the suite plus round trip airfare. Now, you're saying to yourself, wow, it's a lot of premium, right? Which really, 40,000 is not a ton of premium when you look at all life, annuity, and health combined. Okay, here's the icing on the cake. December for the holidays. What are we doing? Double credit December. Okay, that's our Christmas and Hanukkah gift, a New Year's gift, call it whatever you want. Double credit December. Okay, that turns 40 into 20, 70 into 35. Very achievable. You should all be at the expo no matter what. Okay, but if you're already writing with us, I'd love to see in a 2-bedroom suite on the ocean with your spouse and kids. Okay, if you're married and have children. Let's try to make these numbers. All right, let's keep moving. And by the way, we're going to have the first health presentation ever at that expo in 26. Okay, so it's going to be fun. All right, speaking of health, we launched this yesterday. This is the new senior health department at Levinson, offering the best of the best. We partnered up with the #1 turnkey health platform in the country, bar none. When it comes to contracts, commissions, renewals, products, training, leads, all the above, we have you covered. There's no one better. And I'm honestly going to tell you that I'm going to be 100% transparent. I don't know of a better health insurance platform than AmeriLife, than what they have to offer their agents, which is now our agents because we have officially partnered with them. So take a look at this when you get a chance. If you're writing health today, we'd love to talk to you about maybe one contract, a few, whatever it is, let us know, and we'll definitely get you up and running. If you're newer and maybe you're a life annuity agent and you want to open more doors, right, and create more opportunities, I would learn this market because there's no better door opener. These products are bought, not sold. It's a different environment than what we're used to, right? You're going to have clients coming to you saying, Bill, I need this, versus you going out to say, hey, you need an IUL. Okay, anyway, you get the point. Let's keep moving. New agent benefits. This is huge, part of our new partnership. So gives you access to a group health plan that you've never had before. Think the career side, okay? The captive side. Many, many years ago when, MetLife offered this career contract, they gave you benefits, a back office, right? E&O discounted or paid for. Same thing here, but you're 100% independent, okay? Nothing changes. And look what you have access to now. This is insane, right? We know and we thought we had a great platform, and I still know and think we have a great platform, right? But now we made it better with all of these pluses. Let's face it, we didn't have a group health plan for our agents before. We didn't have E&O insurance starting at $295. We didn't have this turnkey health platform, these new leads that I'm going to share with you in a few more slides. So the list goes on and on. We have a podcast we're going to do next month. We're going to have a live breakfast training we're going to do. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities for you to learn more, or just pick up the phone and speak to any one of our marketers and we'll get you up and running. Okay, this is my favorite slide of the presentation. The reason why is because I'm so excited about our future with our latest employees here at Levinson Gregory. I mentioned earlier on the left-hand side, he is excellent with technology. He relates great with the younger generation and can help you with all of your marketing needs. And then Christy on the right-hand side has been with Assurity Life for 20 plus years. She knows it all from A to Z. We're super excited to have her as part of the Levinson team and family, and Gregory as well. So reach out, say hello anytime. We'd love to at least start a conversation and see whatever you need. We'll get you 100% everything and you up and running. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to show you real fast is Insure Me Now Direct. That is the purpose of today's call. And I know I'm ranting a little bit, but I get excited when we talk about all of the new changes here at Levinson. This is my passion, my baby. This is all I've ever done for almost 25 years now. So you can kind of hear it in my voice. We've never been at this place where we are today. Okay, this was a dream of mine about 11 years ago, and everybody said, Bill, you're nuts. It'll never happen. Well, it did happen. We had one company and one product that happened to be a decreasing term, but it's okay. We proved the concept, right? And little by little, carriers said, Bill, I want to be part of this thing, right? And then COVID hit. And guess what happened? We had carriers coming to us saying, Bill, we need to plug in. And we were at a point where we could be picky. We can say, you know what? No, we want to have each carrier represent a niche on the platform. We don't want to have a lot of overlap. Okay, so the tables have turned, and you as an agent, think about this, right? And I have to put my agent hat on. You have this platform on your website, on your social media. You're e-blasting this out everywhere. Okay, there's nothing to lose. 100% complimentary. There's no commission reduction. Plus, any product sold on the platform comes with a free 1-year scholarship. So think about the marketing opportunities around this. Okay. Well, look at AI now, right? You want to get creative with some of your ads, some of your marketing, and then plug and play into your own Insure Me Now Direct website with your picture and your phone number, right? The opportunities are endless. Anyway, we talk about us, right? If you look at the green checks, it says Insure Me Now Direct, IMND, and then we talk about our competition. What we're seeing since COVID, right? We even saw another huge IMO that came out. They tried to copy this, and they call it Insure Me Now, right? Instead of Insure Me Now Direct. Guess what? Theirs has to have agent involvement. It's not 100% direct to consumer. Then we saw another competitor come out with a different version that they have a lot of investor bucks into it. Guess what the problem is? It's a referral fee, meaning you're not the agent of record. Anyway, we point out each bullet. We talk about us. We talk about them. And then you get to see the difference, and you get to make the ultimate decision on if you want to be part of this or not. These are our carriers that we have currently. We have some new additions that we're talking about. We're also speaking to Lloyd's of London right now with programming. So we're in phase 2. And then I mentioned it earlier, but we're also going to have some health insurance products as part of the platform as well. So there's never been a better time for the platform. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to talk about now real fast is the carriers, the products that are built into the platform currently. You need to know enough to be dangerous. Okay. And what I encourage you to do, and there's no charge again, is get set up with all 4 companies. Even if you say, Bill, I'm already set up with Banner Life through another IMO. I have a relationship. Okay. Move the contract over to Levinson. We match or beat your commissions. Okay. Plus you get this for free on and off the platform. Okay. And cash for contracting, leads for contracting. You get to pick. So if you move, let's say Banner Life, right? Let's say you're at a 70% commission, whatever. You want to move over to us. We'll beat your commissions, plus give you free orphan leads or cash with your first paid application. So we make it a no-brainer. Okay. And some of these carriers, you don't even have to have business to get started. Okay. I think Banner gives you 60 days to write your first app. Okay. But a surety in Manhattan, we can get you pre-appointed and set up. All right. These are the carriers, the products. We have everything covered. Again, think low-hanging fruit. These are awesome door openers. Okay. No, it's not worth sitting at a Starbucks for 2.5 hours, but for someone to click, purchase, you're paid, you move on. Hello, right? I think you get the point. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to do next is introduce our latest employee. Christy is joining us, and she is going to dive into the Assurity products that are built into the platform today. And then she's also going to give you a quick overview of a marketing platform and products that are off Insure Me Now Direct through Assurity as well. Christy?
All right. Well, thanks so much, Bill. I'm so excited to be part of the Levinson team and really excited to share with you all a little bit about the products that come from Assurity on the Insure Me Now Direct platform. So first, just to jump in and get started, we have 4 different product lines from Assurity that you'll see available in the product line. Term insurance, critical illness products, disability, and then an accidental death and a true accident plan. So I want to make sure I'm very conscientious of your time, so we'll jump right in, starting with the term product on the next slide here. So Just a few features. Obviously, if you have questions, reach out to anyone at Levinson and we will help you out with any more details. As you can see on the screen here, kind of where we see that instant decisions there, I do want to mention that the term starts off at 25,000. I think that's a big thing when you have clients looking for a lower face amount and maybe want to convert that later on. Those are things that are available with this. That instant decision platform, again, for the ages, even the older ages, 51 to 65, going up to 500,000, still works really well in the industry. And also that ROP writer, that is probably the most popular feature of the Assurity term product out there with agents. That does the base policy and the cost of the writer back, 20 or 30-year terms only. And if the client does decide, in 15 years that, maybe you're working with them, they have access to a little more money, they want to convert. They've purchased another product and they just want to end this one. It doesn't have to wait till the end of that term in order to get the ROP. It's just obviously limited there. But really, the big things though will be looking at what kinds of markets are going to be the best ones for you to look at if you're wanting to know the best places to, I would say, to sell term in general, but also with the Assurity products. First one, had a lot of conversations lately on Gen Z. That probably is one of the most popular markets for term policies right now. Big part of that is lots of post-college purchases. It's a very low cost, looking for coverage, but they don't plan on using a plan. The big sell is conversion options and return of premium, obviously, because we know that just like with everything else, as they continue in their own careers, like you as an agent, you continue to grow and make a little bit more money. And this works really well for them just to be able to have something and then the ability to convert it as they become a little more financially stable and can afford something, either a UL or a permanent whole life plan. Next is the mortgage protection. I would say Assurity has a very strong plan for mortgage protection, and that is because it is what I consider that the new type of mortgage protection that covers not only if you were to pass away of paying off that mortgage, but if the client becomes disabled, they're not able to work. It does bring in disability benefits to the policy that help pay that mortgage and other expenses. And then also has a critical illness rider where, that scenario, the client has a serious heart attack or diagnosed with cancer, pays a flat benefit based on diagnosis. That obviously can be a big fit where, we want to just, remove the worry of that mortgage payment for the next year, paying off whatever bills, if they want to take it all out on a family vacation, it's up to them what they want to do with it. But we see it packaged with that mortgage protection really fitting in because someone's more likely to see themselves having a disability or critical illness than they are to pass away during that term period. The last space where there's been a lot of success with the term product is small business owners. Now, many of them, they're looking for, business life insurance plans that covers in the case something were to happen to them. This is a true case study that actually happened at a client about a year after they had purchased their plan, they passed away. The policy took care of outstanding debts that they had obtained for the business and kept their other life insurance plan that the agent had sold to them as something that passed on to the family. So kind of looking at that as a way to offer that, we'll call it that business overhead cost on the life insurance side to make sure things are covered. Great thing is for self-employed too, obviously they can write that off as a business expense if they're using it to cover loans or other expenses for the business. And many of them also really like using that return of premium function to get money back. Serves as another retirement fund for them, or it helps fund if, say, that business is something that's being passed through the family, helps fund that next generation being able to buy out the business. So next product line I want to hit on briefly is the critical illness plans. Now, this is a type of insurance that, here in the, end of third quarter, fourth quarter become very popular products to have discussions on because people are starting to find out about where they work, what kind of health insurance options are available. Critical illness is a standalone product that provides a benefit in the case someone is diagnosed with one of the covered conditions. Surety's plan has 11 conditions on the base plan, and we can add 6 more with a rider. And the nice thing with this one is through the platform, you can do simplified issue up to 75,000, get that instant decision, policy sent out immediately to the inbox. But we also offer benefits up to 500,000 for clients that are interested in something a little bit bigger. There is one feature that is available in the plan that I really like. This is not a rider. It is a return of premium on death. So let's just say you actually decide to purchase one of these plans. And let's just say fast forward, whether it's 40, 50 years, I always say for me it would be maybe 50, 60 years on the road. I'm traveling at a Corvette onside a coastline down there in Florida maybe, and something happens. The nice thing is it has an automatic return of premium on death where any premiums paid into the policy would be paid to your beneficiary. So I consider it a true plan for benefits, while something could happen, but it turns into a life insurance benefit if the client never actually utilizes the benefits. The other great thing about this plan is there's 10 riders on it really to be able to add on extra features. If you do look at those, I would just recommend looking at that reoccurrence. That is my favorite one to talk about. Just gives that client the option to claim on each condition on the policy a second time. So we all know someone who has had more than one heart attack, someone who has had that cancer diagnosis more than once. This is a great fit by adding that rider on. But other examples of where this plan fits in well, different markets where we see the biggest turnaround for this product. One, as I mentioned, that health insurance, that high deductible. We see those continue to get higher in order to keep insurance premiums down. Some clients, look at that as a section of relief for them. But if something were to happen, they also know that they may have now a $10,000, $15,000 deductible that they have to meet in order to get more things covered. One thing I always think about this time of year is, we're just here at the end of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This is one that I've seen happen more than once, where someone just gets diagnosed today, maybe. In that situation, they're not only doing maybe chemotherapy, radiation treatments, surgery here into 2025, but that also is going to continue into 2026. So we have a double deductible situation. It's a huge time to bring this product up with your customers, or using the platform. Obviously, send out a campaign to your consumers and see what kind of things you can get in return there. Second market this product seems to sell really well in is medical occupations. This product itself was created actually by a doctor who saw himself, being able to perform surgeries and give medicines that would make someone, get better. But he noticed that a lot of times that financial stress was one of the things that did hold back that healing. People that work in the medical profession see and deal with illnesses covered by this type of plan every day. So they're more aware of seeing what an actual person goes through, and that makes them an ideal client because they're hands down the ones who will understand the need for the product the most and never shy away from asking for what that highest benefit is. So great options there. Third one that we have seen a lot of success with this plan is financial plan security. So maybe you are great at financial planning and retirement planning for your clients. Even your client that has a clear plan with everything in place, they should have a critical illness plan. This keeps their assets where they planned, but it allows them to have that lump sum to take care of new expenses or salary replacement, whatever it may be, for things that they need. So we know if something serious happens, the first thing that tends to stop would be contributing to investments, paying for insurance premiums. They're always going to fight to make sure that they are paying to keep that roof over their head, pay their utilities. This time of the year, they're already thinking about Christmas presents for the kids. They're always going to put money there first. So having this plan, helps keep all those other things that you've done in place. So critical illness, it's my favorite product. So if you ever have questions, just call in and I'll help you out. Next plan is the accidental death plan. Now this is, I would say, one of the easiest plans for you to add on to anything else that you have been selling. The reason for that is it pretty much is a guaranteed issue product. There is a disability rider available, so we don't say it's guaranteed issue for that reason, but offers the ability for up to $350,000 of coverage. There's no health questions or exams required, and it's available from ages 18 all the way to age 70. This plan, I guess you could say where we see this kind of used the most is going to be with life insurance or disability insurance declines or highly rated policies. So think about that client you sold that maybe that term life policy, it had a table 4 rating on it. Client still wants the coverage, but now instead of that $500,000 or $1 million that they talked to you about, they're cutting that in half. The great news is you can use a product like this to kind of help compensate for some of that coverage, still get them that extra $250,000 of coverage potentially, and doing it at a much lower premium. So even though we're not getting the client exactly what they wanted, we're getting them as close as possible to an amount of coverage that fits that initial need. Young adults, this policy, I would say, is probably used the most popular for parents of college students. Always joke around whether it's something stupid they did in their youth, or one thing that we've all heard a lot about now too, are different car accidents that maybe even, if you have a child yourself, they're in an Uber and the Uber's in a car accident. This offers benefits there that in that situation where it could pay once or even twice, 2 times that death benefit in that situation. So also in situations where someone now is looking to get student loans and they do maybe go with one of those plus loans where the parents are also signing responsibility, this kind of helps protect that situation if something were to happen to that child where that's not something that has to kind of hang over that parent's head as they're dealing with other stuff. Last market, and probably the most popular for this product, are P&C agents. So if you sell in these markets or you have someone close to you, definitely take note here. Think about P&C agents that sell insurance for boats, campers, motorcycles, other 3-wheelers, 4-wheelers, snowmobiles, etc. P&C agents find a great fit for that product. They all know someone who has been injured or passed from an accident on one of those types of vehicles that I just mentioned. I will tell you the most popular place where we have seen that product used, though, has been for agents marketing specifically to motorcycle riders. I know there have been at least 3 agents that in a year time frame sold enough to qualify for Levinson's platinum level for the expo. So keep that in mind, as it may not seem like a huge thing, but just knowing it is a very easy to sell. And again, people have known people who would have benefited. They're very quick to purchase that. Next product is the accident insurance product. This one also is another one that is really great to talk about this time of year. As we all know, accidents happen every day. Whether it is you walking outside your house and you trip over the sidewalk, things happen that are out of our control, and we have to deal with those consequences. The great news is, this plan pays you. It does not pay an insurance company or a doctor. And there's 3 different plan options available, kind of that good, better, best is how I like to refer to them. It is a guaranteed issue plan, so any clients between 15 days of age and age 70 are a really good fit for the product. And I'll hit on some of those markets here the one and one question you may be asking as we go to that next slide is looking at juvenile. Why would we want to have a policy available for someone who was 15 days old? Well, when I think about there, probably the only situation you're really going to think about would be if there's a car accident and that baby needs to go in and get checked out at the hospital. But as we get a little bit older, I'll give you a real life sales example here. A couple of years ago, I was at my 10-year-old nephew's basketball game. Now, he considers himself to be a spider monkey. If anyone knows what that is, I don't know anyone who actually fits that category. But I was at his basketball game, and all of a sudden, from the next court over, you heard a kid just a blood-curdling scream. Somehow, this little other 10-year-old boy, who probably thought he was a spider monkey too, managed to tear his ACL and his MCL. Obviously, they took him to the hospital. You know, he had surgery, but you just don't think about those things a lot. But when it comes to organized sports, this product is a great fit because it not only covers benefits, but it also will add an extra benefit for organized sports, 25%, you know, up to another couple $1,000s of benefits. So I had talked with my sister-in-law about this, and I ended up selling a plan on my nephew because, again, he thinks he's a spider monkey. But then I also was invited to his practice a couple weeks later and sold 5 more plans. The great news is this really is a free lead generator for you as an agent, because when you are helping protect someone's child, they're very quick to share that information with their friends and family, whether you ask them for a referral or not. If you ask them for referrals, this is a product that also tends to get you 10 or 15 names versus maybe 1 or 2 that you may get for life insurance. Another great spot for this is a family plan. I kind of look at this, again, going back to that health insurance deductible. We think about what happens when someone meets that. It's either a Brady Bunch scenario where they kind of stair step their way with things throughout the year, or it's that serious illness. So critical illness will take care of that serious illness part, and this accident plan will take care of that Brady Bunch syndrome, as I like to refer to it. Last spot I'll mention, and this has become really popular, is the seniors. I think about here where I'm at in Lincoln, Nebraska, they just opened up a 20-court pickleball facility that will highly be used here over the winter months, I'm sure, but there are specific leagues even for seniors. You know, we don't see seniors sitting at home anymore. We don't see them just sitting around a card table. We see them out and about, going on walks, playing games with friends. I think about my own father-in-law. He's 78 years old and he still goes out and runs every day. Someday I should join him, I think. But just know it's a market there. It covers, it still fits really well, even as they transition into senior health insurance type products. So next slide, kind of getting towards the end here, is disability insurance, or as I like to refer to it, it's income protection, paycheck replacement. This is something that benefits you, benefits your clients in the situation that something has happened and you're not able to go into work and actually earn an income. Now, Assurity has 2 products available on the platform, income protection, which is a short-term DI. This pays on a weekly benefits, depending on income, anywhere from $50 up to $1,500 a week. Waiting periods, that's what an elimination period is, starting off at as little as day 0, so benefits starting that first week, day 1. Benefit periods start at 13 weeks and actually can go all the way up to 2 years. Long-term DI, this is something set more for just protecting if something happens today that keeps me out of work for the next 20 or 30 years. This offers benefits that pay on a monthly basis and pays benefit amounts starting off even just small, if you want to hit something small and cover something specific, at $500, all the way up to $20,000. Waiting periods in this plan start at 30 days and go up to 1 year. And benefit periods available start at 1 year and go up to age 67. So great fits there. Next slide, kind of where we would look at, you know, the big opportunities. I think one of the biggest ones out there has really popped up in the post-COVID days, and it is what I would call the gig worker markets. many people in this situation, they are working independently and they're working part-time at maybe 2 or more places. They're earning better money than they would at just one of those places full-time. However, they're not receiving any type of benefits. So this is a great way to start help filling in gaps for them by offering short-term solutions and long-term solutions. Medical markets. If you weren't aware of this, doctors actually have insurance sessions built in their schooling, so they're aware of the need for the product, and many of them purchase it. However, the rest of the hospital is not that fortunate. So I think about nurses and LPNs, CNAs. I think about people that work in the offices there. Um, the anesthesiologist, any of those types of workers are going to be great fits for the product. Again, they see things every day that keep someone out of working, so they're a great fit. And then if they talk to their doctor friends, they find out the doctors already have it. So great markets. Um, Last market that we've seen a lot of success with disability is small business owners. So just like I mentioned on term, something that would happen to the owner could, it could shut that business down. It could make it easy to pass on to a family. However, most small businesses only have maybe one person who is full time or maybe a couple. So being able to have a policy that pays the owner their salary and keeps that money that is still coming in for the business available to pay employees, and maybe that those other two part-time employees they have now are working more full-time to keep up. It keeps that money available for those situations, but protects that individual income of the business owner. So with that, just a couple of features I want to hit overall on Assurety's portfolio that you may find an interest for some of your clients. On the whole life insurance product, so Assurety is a mutual company. So dividends are a big thing there with whole life. There's two different whole life products. One is called Protect Plus and one is Perform Plus. Protect Plus really is there for lower cost benefits for the client, so making that permanent insurance a little bit more affordable. Perform Plus really has more of that cash value aspect built in. Great thing about the product is it is a $10,000 minimum. So a lot of companies that may offer some of those plans may start a little bit higher, so 10,000. And you guys are the first to hear this here on a webinar. But recently, Assurity just added disability insurance riders to the whole life plan as well. So kind of same situation as with that term. You have that client who does want to do maybe a perm term blend and still have access to like the disability and critical illness rider. You can now offer both of those riders on the whole life plan. Single premium life, another great product at Assurity. See a lot of fits there. Just looking at being able to do that single dump in or dump ins the first year. I would say probably the biggest type of sale you see there is someone who has maybe a CD or a small annuity that they're looking to move somewhere else, to pass on for family. It's a great spot for it just because non-admit limits on it. We're going up to 700,000 before they even need anything. Last thing I'll hit on the disability markets, just because I think it fits in really well. We all have that client that wants disability, but maybe they're type 1 diabetic or they're a little short for their build. Maybe they're sleep apnea, a little more severe, many different conditions. Surety does have a greater benefit DI plan that offers benefits for clients that do have some more serious health conditions, and also has a business overhead plan, going back to that small business owner, to really offer that option to cover business expenses, so rent or mortgage, utilities, any insurance the business has, and also salaries of employees. So great benefits there, and many other things available that any of us at Leviton would love to talk with you about. So next, I think we were going to hit a little on a real cool program that I was able to use in the past with a few agents, and I think this really becomes a good opportunity for you if you work in the P&C side of the business, is Revenue Booster. Now, the way this works is a lot of times PNC agencies, they are probably some of the best agents at retaining clients, in my opinion. That's because often they first have sold you maybe a car insurance policy, and then next up, a rental policy for where the apartment you're renting, and then you purchase a house or now covering your mortgage. Next plan that they offer you is that umbrella policy. That's the policy that covers if something happens on your property, maybe $1 million, $2 million type of benefit. Now, many of them would like to flop over to the life and health side of the business, but sometimes it's a little hard for them either to juggle more products, or also just having that complete understanding of how things would work. How do I do that? But the great thing is they have the clients that are loyal. They have clients every day that come to them and ask about insurance products like this. So I look at the revenue booster actually as that reverse umbrella policy that really helps that PNC agency turn into a full service agency offering life insurance and health insurance types products. So the great thing is by adding this on, they can utilize maybe it's a CRM platform through Levinson if they don't already have another one. To send out email campaigns and actually direct their current consumers directly to this and let them actually purchase policies even without the agents being involved. It also does obviously drive a lot of phone calls to the agency, just, more opportunities that maybe are fit outside, we're looking for more insurance, et cetera. But there's scripts available with this. We can provide extra training if you have an opportunity. But I would say if there's, anyone in this side of the business, or if you were the PNC kind of looking to how do I really make that transition, this product is turnkey for you, for any PNC agent, and I guarantee you can have success with it. So, well, I think I have talked a lot, so I'm going to turn the presentation back over to Bill now.
Thank you, Christy. Great, great work. That was awesome. What I would like to do, I know we're a little bit behind, so I'm going to keep everyone for like 7 or 8 more minutes, and I'm going to touch on the other products quickly and then show you what it looks and feels like if you have your client hat on. Okay, so just sit tight, and then we'll have our question of the day at the end. So I'm going to make sure this is worth your while. And again, I apologize about the time. Plus, we started a few minutes late. But again, if you walk away with a nugget or 2 or 3 or 7, it was worth your time today. Okay, so we hit on Assurity Life, right? That's carrier number 1. Carrier 2 is Banner Life. So Banner Life, now here's what's so great. They have the number 1 selling term product today, most competitive term product today from an A-plus carrier. And it's the same product as if you were face-to-face. Okay, that's a big deal. Same comp, same everything. So they have 10 to 40 years of level guaranteed term available, up to 4 million instant decision direct to consumer, plus the riders below. And the best part, a lot of Banner term policies have been sold over the years. Okay. They have a term to term exchange program. So if you have an existing client that bought term and they need more insurance now, okay, guess what? You can exchange for a new term policy and still get another commission. So another great way, right, to create some extra sizzle with your Banner book of business. Plus that top section, okay, the niche markets for SBA loans, they have a easy approach now. Everything is online, 1, 2, 3, and then all of the other options. And then let's scroll to the bottom. This was episode 61. Kent, like I said, for 2025, he is one of our top 10 agents. He's crushing it. That's a great episode 61. And his comment there on the left-hand side, he was talking about a monster Banner Life case that he processed through the platform, and everything went great. So he wanted to thank us. Anyway, thank you, Kent. Let's keep moving forward, and we're going to do this quickly. So just make sure you're paying attention. And again, reach out to any marketers after the call or send questions, feedback, comments through the Q&A pane. Okay, Gerber Life is carrier number 3. So household name, everybody knows. Okay, I look at this as like the ultimate door opener. All right, if you talk to parents, grandparents, right, Who wouldn't want to put a guaranteed issue whole life plan on a child, right? Or if someone can't qualify for regular life insurance, they have a guaranteed issue whole life plan as an option. And then they have the AD&D as well, up to a half million. Everything is on the platform. It comes free with Sage. So I love this as a door opener, especially like a Facebook ad. I would run 100 miles an hour with this one. Okay, let's keep moving forward. Manhattan Life is carrier number 4. So, here's what's so great too. If you're in Florida, so on November 7th, we have our VP joining us. We're also going to launch our new lead platform in South Florida during a complimentary breakfast training. So on Friday the 7th, if you haven't registered, make sure to do that now. If you're not in Florida, no problem. I want to touch on something quickly. So they have over 10 products on the platform today. What I love is the ultimate long-term care alternative product. So we know November is LTC Awareness Month, right? And we all know that standalone LTC products, they became very expensive, right? And in the old days, they weren't guaranteed and premium skyrocketed. We all know what happened. Anyway, Manhattan Life has a home health care product, the LTC Alternative Door Opener. I love this. It's virtually guaranteed issue, and they make things so simple. If the 2 questions are answered no, boom, it's approved. Okay, and up to $450 a day max benefit amount. So very simple, all done through the platform. There's an episode 47 I did with the president of the company, so you can check that out when you can. This will all be in our thank you email you'll have in your inbox tonight. Okay, so this is our demo. Now, considering we don't have much time, I'm going to go through this briefly. I have about 5 more minutes left, but I'm going to go quick. Okay, so when you have, let's say, your client's hat on, picture yourself, you're in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, you're the consumer, right? Bobby J or Janny G, whoever, and you're checking out the website, okay, for Billy Levinson, the life insurance agent. This is what it's going to look and feel like. So you as the agent have your own URL, right? Custom branded for you, your picture, your phone number, everything looks like it is yours. Okay, very simple approach, all complimentary. Takes about a week to get you up and running. Let's keep moving forward. This is what your client sees once they click and they're in and they say, you know what? I want to run a quote. Let's see what this looks and feels like. Okay, great. That's all the agent's info, top right corner. The client is going to fill out what's in front of you. Very simple. Here's what I love, and this is the new part. So on the bottom, on the left side, we have the instant decision, right? Direct to consumer. On the right side, that's traditional underwriting. Okay. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a few minutes here. Why? Because we know, what if there's a $5 million 20-year term quote that client needs, right? Maybe it's a key man policy, whatever it is. And maybe Banner Life doesn't fit, but Protective Life fits. Okay. You want to see those quotes too, if I was the client, or if you're the agent on the phone with the client. So again, left side, instant decision. Right side is traditional. That means it's opened up to all of our brokerage carriers. Let's hit next and see what happens. So what we're doing now is we're going down the instant path. So we're staying with those 4 carriers, the products we just went over. And as you can see, it's just a click, click, boom. Right-hand side is what is available for that client, depending on the zip code and state. Quoting is on the bottom. They can apply, and then boom, you just sold a policy while you were sleeping, okay? Or with the client on the phone, or face-to-face through an iPad or cell phone. Let's keep moving forward now. I want to hit on traditional. So let's go back to that key man example, or let's just say the need is there for over 4 million, or they want to see what's available for term and permanent products as well. They're going to click traditional. Let's keep going, hit next. And now here's what's interesting. So if you're the agent, right, clients on the phone, or they're doing this at 3 a.m., what's so awesome is they're going to fill out all of their basic information, left-hand side, nothing crazy, okay? And then they're going to get quotes instantly, okay? It's going to show them top carriers, products, premium. And then as soon as they hit submit, there's going to be a lead gen form that gets sent to you, the agent, in real time. Why? So now you could pick up the phone when you wake up at 7 a.m. and call Janny or Bobby, right, to say, just got your info. I need a few other questions answered, and we will submit your IGO drop ticket. And you just went A through Z and sold a new application. That simple, folks. Okay. Do you think you can do this? Do you think you can drive traffic? Okay. I don't have to rant anymore. Let's keep moving forward. Okay, so real fast. And by the way, I know I am going fast and I know you're going to have questions. So reach out after to any one of our marketers. We have you covered now. By the way, all over the country, literally, we have a team of 12 marketers now with agent support. So we got you covered again. Let's keep moving forward. We're going to touch on quickly marketing tools platforms that are now available to you. So the pro plan, if you want to take this to another level, you really want to run with this thing. Okay. We will build out a complete WordPress website, very professional. Plus you can add the health insurance side, the PNC side, the life side, whatever you want, fully customizable. We can run SSO, search engine optimization, paid ads. And we can take this as far as you want. We have a third-party company that's already plugged in. They help build the platform. So they have everything that you need. All we have to do is you request it, we set up a call, and then you go from there. Let's keep moving forward. By the way, the basic version is free. So there's no like small print or gray area. We're not trying to sell you anything. Okay. You can be up and running with zero out of pocket, and there's no maintenance or activation, zero. That's only if you want to take it to the pro version. Okay. We have a turnkey marketing playbook. Everything that you need, everything Christy touched on, everything I went over is in one image. Okay. We're going to include this in the thank you email, and then you can check it out. We have all of the social media marketing. We have the co-branded videos, the social media ads. We have articles you can post. I mean, you name it, we have it. And again, we can co-brand most of the material for you. Let's move over to ways to drive traffic. I think this is a big one, just to take a minute. So, you're scratching your head and saying, Bill, I have a website. I have my Facebook page. I get 3 eyeballs on it per day. Okay. I don't know many people. Okay. And we get that a lot. All right. Because we all know you can have the best Insure Me Now direct platform with the best products, with the best, most competitive premium. If you're not driving traffic, it's going to do you no good. Okay. So here we put together a list of bullets to help you drive traffic. Okay. And I'm not going to go over everything now because we have to get everyone out within 3 minutes. But all of these options are in front of you. And if you say to me right now, Bill, I tried that, I tried this, I tried this, I tried that, and it didn't work. Okay. So Kent is proof that these bullets work. He had one banking relationship that turned into Kent being a top 10 agent at Levinson for 2025. Okay, he is crushing it right now by using one of these bullets. So the options are endless, but you do have to put the effort in, and you got to get scrappy. You got to write down some ideas, people you can speak to, network with, partner up with. Okay, share the story. We'll even help you close it if you need to. We help Kent in the banking relationship. Okay, we're here for you. Every step of the way becomes a win-win-win. We'll include this in the thank you email. All right, the next slide is Revenue Accelerator, very similar to what Christy mentioned. We'll include all of this in the thank you email. The next slide, I'm going to take an extra minute, is the new co-op lead programs. Okay, so again, let's keep moving forward. Okay, there we go, perfect. So real fast, what we're going to do here is talk about all of our existing lead programs are at a co-op discounted rate. They're on the top. And then what's on the bottom is part of this new partnership. You're going to have access to these leads as well. These are live transfers, inbound calls, outbounds, in-person Medicare appointments, you name it. And again, you're riding the coattails of over 100,000 agents now, right? Including all of the agents under this one umbrella. So you got to run with this stuff. This is through our partner LeadStar. Let's keep moving forward. This is the scholarship program, another great door opener. It's free. So any product you sell on the platform comes with this free scholarship 1 year. There's no small print. It's just like a Delta frequent flyer membership program. Okay. Each point is worth $1. We have 445 colleges in the country, and every product on the platform qualifies. Like I said, let's keep moving forward. These are 2 CRM tools available for you. On the right-hand side, this is basically free. That hosting fee is $9.95 a month. On the left side is Ringy. We even have a 3-week free trial and up to 55% off for all Levinson agents. This is our next slide is our co-branding library. And then we have a few sample social media posts on the next slide that, again, we can make for you. It's already compliant, already approved, and they're performing well. How do we know? Because we have agents using these today in different markets. Next slide is how to get started. Bill, I'm ready to go. I want to participate. I want in, and I don't want to spend any money. Okay, no problem. We can get you up and running, plus leads for contracting, cash for contracting, meet or beat your existing commissions. No problem. Right-hand side is how to get set up with Insure Me Now. Gregory handles all of the Insure Me Now direct requests, marketing, so you can also reach out to him, introduce yourself. Okay, I have 2 slides left, and we'll put a bow on this, and I know I'm late, and again, I'm sorry. This is our menu, just like sitting down at dinner or lunch, right? Appetizers, entrees, desserts. This is our weekly live training events. So real fast, we have Baltimore Life is back for the relaunch. Okay, life and annuity on the 6th. August Star is on the 13th. On the right-hand side, Silac Annuities made some updates on the 20th. And then you don't want to miss this if you're on the annuity side or you want to be on the annuity side, right? More active. Coach Chris is a third-party consultant in the annuity space. He's going to share his latest picks, what's to come in the new year, and some new sales strategies. You want to be on that call December 11th, right before the holidays and New Year's. That's a big one. Last slide here, and I know it's been long, and again, I'm sorry. Hope it was worth it. I'm going to talk about my Positive Tuesday quote. Don't aim for a life without problems or stress. Aim to be more resilient enough to handle them, right? You got to put on the armored coat. Things are going to happen, okay? You got to be tough. Turn it into a good day, and then the next day will be awesome. But you got to try these new ideas, these new strategies. Jump in, okay? There's some fear that comes up. Oh, Bill, I haven't done this before. I'm just not sure. Give it a shot. Use one of our videos or ads. Get it out there. If you get 1 or 2 views, okay, or likes, reach out to those 1 or 2 people, and you might sell a new product, a new policy, or might be 2. And you're going to say, Bill, it was worth it. I made $17,000 on 2 sales. Okay, it happens. Okay, even if it's $170 on a sale, it's okay. You're building a relationship. You're building a client. You're building a referral base. We know how it works. Question of the day. Make sure your little fingers are on the keyboard. You got to be quick, and you got to be first and accurate. Ready to go. Yes, I see all of the hands raised. What are the names of our 2 incentives that we offer once you transfer a contract to Levinson? We offer 2 incentives. Once you transfer a contract to Levinson, you get to pick either one, not both. What are the names of the 2 incentives we offer? You say it, you win Apple AirPods and a prospecting book on us. Andrew's going to tell us who was first. Andrew?
We have Suzanne C. Suzanne C.
Suzanne C. Congrats. It's cash for contracting or leads for contracting, but you must transfer a contract over to us. Then, with your first paid app, boom, you're in. You get to pick. With that said, I'm sorry again. I hope it was worth the time spent. If you want to dive in deeper, we're definitely going to do another part 2 and 3 because there's a lot of info here. I get it. I also want to thank Christy. Great job. Andrew, Gregory, our team has been fantastic. We also just got the Banner Life Leader Award of the Month. So you're going to see a big newsletter all about us, Levinson and Associates. We're very proud of this, and we could never do any of this without you all. Thank you again. Great selling, and reach out with any questions.